If you love animals just as much as I do, then this one is for you. Wildlife expert Peter Gros joins me now with details on a new series showcasing wildlife success stories. Love the sound of that. Thank you for joining us. But first off, touch on wildlife conservation and why that's so important.
Well, wildlife conservation is more important now than ever. As our growth expands and some wildlife populations are returning, we're spending more time closer together. So what's happening is people are learning what they can do to help save wildlife, learn how to behave when they're near wildlife. Um, Wildlife conservation is so important because for so many years, species were threatened more and more. I remember for years we just thought there would always be wildlife and we need not be concerned about it. Now the focus is on preserving wildlife and preserving the habitat in which they live.
So tell us about your new series and some of the conservation success stories you're going to be highlighting.
Oh, it's a great new series. It's called Mutual of Omaha's Wild Kingdom Protecting the Wild, which will run on RFD TV on Fridays. Um, and we're so proud of the series because so many of the original shows dealt with species around the world that were having problems, and also species in the United States that were having problems. Now we get to talk about endangered species that in some cases are coming off the endangered species, like the California condor. There were less than 25 left. Imagine that. Now there's over 500, many of which were released back to the wild, which you'll see on our new series. Sea otters were disappearing, and sea otters are such an integral part of the ecosystem, especially off the California coast because they eat sea urchins. We dove with them in the kelp beds. If they're not there eating the sea urchins, then it diminishes the kelp beds, and kelp beds are like nurseries for thousands of species of wildlife. So we tell that story as well. There's even a slough called Elkhorn Slough, which has so many otters again that it's up to carrying capacity. So this is a great story to be able to tell. Um, Down in your neck of the woods, we talked about manatee
Hmm.
and the success that people are having in Florida and the return of turtles there. South of you a bit, down in Longboat Key near Sarasota, Florida, we get to tell the story about how marine turtles are returning to the beach. The residents there have learned to go out, turn their lights off at night, so when the young turtles hatch out, they don't become confused about which way the direction is. They protect the nest so no one bothers the nest. They work with the Marine Laboratory with a tremendous system of volunteers to help save wildlife and enjoy the fact that they are sharing the beaches with wildlife that's returning. So I think Florida is really doing a terrific job teaching people how to share habitat with wildlife as they enjoy Florida life itself.
Yes, and I love hearing those success stories. And I'm a Florida native, so growing up, I do remember really them honing in on we got to protect the manatees if you want your kids to be able to see them someday. So yeah, they start us young, which is really nice. And I love too that we can also see these success stories along the way. So how can we though help make a positive impact on the wild kingdom?
Well, there's a couple of things you can do.
Oh.
One is, you can see I have a snake in my hand right now. It's a milk snake, and it's sort of mimicking a snake that is a venomous snake, a coral snake. If the color pattern were a little different, if the yellow touched the black, it would be a venomous animal, in which case I would not be holding it. Um, in Florida, the idea, people for a while thought it was great to have exotic animals as pets. It's never a good idea to have exotic animals as a pet. And the worst possible thing you can do is release them back to the wild. Um, what we were enjoying when we filmed in Florida was about the under road highway system you're putting in for cougars, Florida panthers. And that's one of the great stories we tell with night vision cameras as they pass under the freeways rather than having to cross over again and chance being hit by cars. So this is a very proactive solution to saving the Florida panther. Your backyard habitat, I would say plant things that migrating animals can stop by and use for shelter, plant things that butterflies or pollinators can use. Um, if it's a drought season, have water out nearby. The opposite of that is if you have food out for cats and dogs, always bring that in at night. If you have trash out, keep the lid on, because animals become habituated to people and they associate trash and food to people, and then it's a problem for them. And frankly, if a bear gets in trash too many times and you've left it out, you may have written a death sentence for a bear. So it's important to appreciate what we have in terms of wildlife, see it at a distance with binoculars, be really careful how you handle food around them, and create this nice backyard habitat for the native species that need a place to stop over while they migrate.
Wonderful. Well, thank you so much for joining us today. If we want a little bit more information, where can we go?
Certainly go to wildkingdom.com. It's the best place to go, wildkingdom.com. And then, of course, RFD TV, our new series, Mutual of Omaha's Wild Kingdom, Protecting the Wild, will be running Friday, 8:30 Eastern Time.
All right, wonderful. Thank you again, and it was kind of fun to see you holding that snake. And if you'd like to see this segment again, just head to our website at firstcoastliving.net.